Going into that game, Pink Panthers, that was like the game of the year for us.
Oh, it was absolutely devastating. You know, you never want to lose to anybody, let alone your biggest rivals.
We might be at the top, but other teams are coming, and we can see it all along.
This was a rough week. Sadly, I wasn't by my team's side as a coach. I had the flu. I wanted to go, but I knew for my health and for my personal well-being, that may not have been the right move.
It was tough. You know, obviously there's one thing about having skill on the court, managing to dodge balls, catch balls, hit people, that's one part. There's definitely another part of sports, and that's the coaching and leadership and all that.
The only way I could describe it is one word, and that's gray. Everything felt down. There was zero energy. Coach Bloor tried his best, but he just doesn't have the energy, the positivity with our team that Coach Pearl does. He doesn't get in our heads like Coach Pearl does. He doesn't get in our hearts like Coach Pearl does.
Definitely felt like we were missing some energy. Like, I know I was a head coach of the team, but definitely felt like Eli was, and I think some of the players did as well. Like, he led the team in stretches, he led the team in like the pregame like pep talk, and he was the energy, he kept the team together, and he kept them energized. And yeah, not having him there, having to fill those shoes was definitely difficult.
I was bedridden, and I just felt so sick to my stomach not being able to be there with my team going into battle.
Without Coach Pearl, it was hard to kind of get the energy up and to have us know that we're doing something right or something wrong, and just like getting us hyped before games, you know, doing our chant. The chant was awful that game, no energy, no nothing. We didn't get our high fives before the game. It just wasn't the same vibe, and I think that kind of put us off track a little bit.
I don't think I realized how valuable Coach Pearl was to our organization until he was actually gone. And I told him afterwards, I was like, dude, you're literally the glue that holds this team together.
You know, obviously we were trying to downplay it. You know, Coach Pearl wasn't there for that game, which was a bit tough for us. You know, Coach Pearl's our motivator. He's the one who keeps us loose, you know, focused on the prize at hand. I think not having Coach Pearl was a big loss for us, but at the end of the day, he's taught us so well. So our job is to execute, which we did. That was a bit tough for us, and losing Coach Pearl really sucks for that game, and you can see it in the result.
When I think of Coach Pearl, I think of one word, and that's heart. Coach Pearl, he's truly the heart and soul of this team, and without him there, you know, he's there to fire up the players, get on them when they're playing bad, raise them up when they're playing good, and you know, without him there was just a void that, you know, as best as we tried to fill it, you just can't fill what Coach Pearl brings to this team. And you know, it was a tough matchup against the Pink Panthers, you know, a lot of bad blood there, and I just think that his absence was truly felt and was part of the reason that they just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, for some of our players that maybe don't have as much competitive spirit, that was a big loss. But you know, for me, like I love Coach Pearl's energy, and I feed off of it, obviously. But you know, every week I came mentally prepared and ready to go.
I was pretty motivated. I was like, okay, Coach isn't here. I'm gonna prove him wrong with the W and a good performance. We didn't get the W, but I think I did pretty good performance-wise.
We were missing a few players.
We also were missing Tessa.
Sometimes you have to put the student before athlete. And that week, criminology decided to get the best of me, and I had to finish a really big assignment, restricting me from going to the Pink Panther Pink Panther matchup. So unfortunately, not my proudest moment.
We were missing Katie.
We were missing lots of other players as well. I believe Kylan was missing.
I think we were missing Miguel as well. We were down a lot, and we've always at least had the max amount or 1+ bench player.
Yeah, I mean, that was player coach Caleb Sebastian. That was, really a key addition to the team for that week. He came in, he performed pretty well. He was making some good dodges.
Shout out Coach Caleb Sebastian. Had to come into the game.
We were there during the warm-ups, and there were only 6 players, but you're allowed to field 7 on the court. And we were waiting, and nobody showed up. And if they don't check the rosters, you can throw anybody on the court, really. Like we could have got LeBron on the court if he was there. Unfortunately, he wasn't, but we had somebody who I believe, will be better than LeBron, and it was me.
Fox, what a dodge! Arm sleeve! You're looking like Daniel Jones!
We won our first game against the Purple Cobras, which, again, Purple Cobras are my rivals, like my personal rivals, so I don't like them very much. I was happy to win that game.
Great! It was just great! Fox goes!
First game was easy. We got the dub, did what we had to do to get the win.
We were fortunate enough to take game 1. But let's just say it was a really rocky game 1. I know for a fact that I did not play my best game that week.
I think they need to hit each other. That'd be really great. There's a lot of hitting the ground, but I think they should aim for those guys right there. Like that. I hit ball first. Same thing happened in Aaron.
I don't think they hit the ball, but I don't think they hit the ball first. We got instant replay if we need it.
Oh, we went out. Okay, never mind.
All right, Max, come on. Hey guys.
But the real part of this week was the next game against Pink Panthers.
Father, tell me.
The sport media class before, on the Tuesday, right before our big matchup, they called up a member of the Average Joes, Pink Panthers, and ABCU Later. And ABCU Later, the player from ABCU Later was telling us how much better they were than us, and how they were going to destroy us in that game, and that they were undefeated and we weren't. So going into that game, Pink Panthers, that was like the game of the year for us. Like we really wanted to beat ABCU Later.
Yeah, vibes were really low in the dressing room before and after the game, just because we were missing so many people, and the Pink Panthers came out firing.
But we came out against the Pink Panthers, and I genuinely believe that was our worst game of our worst match of the entire season.
They had it, we didn't. I think we came in a little bit cocky. We felt we couldn't lose again, which we did.
We felt like we were being underrated. We felt like we had a very talented roster, and like the reason why we weren't competing as much is because we hadn't had like our whole team show up. So we got everyone. We made sure in the group chat like everyone is showing up this game. I don't care if you got work, like you're coming. So we were able to get the whole team to show out.
Promise, we all yeah.
Well, I had one goal and one goal only. To get Terry out, to get Mr. Austin Terry out. And I did just that.
Get him out! Get him the fuck out! Yeah! Pussy! Yeah!
Shabunsky, calm down.
Guys, team of the week. Whatever happened, it's team of the week. On it.
Nate Adams was able to seal that final catch.
My heart. Do your daddy looking right at the eye?
So, you know, I felt like that was one of my stronger performances. You know, it was very heartbreaking to lose against the Pink Panthers like that.
That was tough. You know, that's one team you definitely don't want to lose to.
You're going. No more.
Max, you go.
And where down we
Pink Panthers, their formation right off the bat, they were on the front line. They had 4 or 5 players right at the half court, and they were just on offense the entire time.
You know, Max and I at the end of the Pink Panthers game, we were just, it was the two of us, you know, just the two of us. And it was like facing a firing squad at the end there. I think they had 6 in, and it was just Max and I at the back wall, just getting pounded.
That's dodge, that's dodge. Nice dodge, Kayla.
Nice.
Just unfortunately, he did get pounded against the wall repeatedly by the Pink Panthers. Just like pound, 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 pound. Like it just would not stop. He couldn't get off the wall. He was just like forced up against the wall and just pounded over and over and over again with balls. So.
Watch out!
And both games came down to Max at the end of the match, trying to play 1v5. And as good as Max is, you know, as good of a dodger and catcher that he is, no one can really ever play a 1v5. That's just too hard.
Pick him up!
Oh, that's close. Watch out!
During the matchup, obviously, it was like it was two close games, but we ended up taking them both. So that was like, we were all super happy after the game. We felt like we proved ourselves. You know what I mean? We felt like this is a team that we could definitely compete with and maybe beat in the playoffs if we got the chance.
Way down we go. And way down.
That one really stung.
It was hard. It was hard losing again. I think that really got to us, knowing that it wasn't just a fluke and that we really need to get our heads out of our asses and start playing like we want to win.
We played terrible as a team. There was no heart, there was no effort. We weren't on the offense. We were just dodging the whole time and we just didn't play well. That was probably the most demoralizing loss of the season.
Might be good for us. I think we came in cocky, and I think a loss like this might help us. I'm unsure, but I just think we need to come back next week. Everyone needs to recover, take the procedures that they need to do to be ready, and come firing, because that's unbelievable.
I think that really got us like thinking like, okay, we aren't as good as we thought, and we just have to like actually practice. We gotta take it more seriously. You know, we might be at the top, but other teams are coming, and we can see it all along.
It was not a good week. It was a rough week, and I bet all the vibes for this week are gonna seem a little down, just because it was not our best performance.
We're a little bit cocky against them. They showed up today. I think this is really good for us going into the playoffs. Not to take them lightly. We'd rather learn this lesson now than learn this lesson in the playoffs.
We lost, and like, what you do, but it's in the past. You know, you can only can't look in the past, you can look forward.
Yeah, that was a really disappointing one.
Oh, it was absolutely devastating. You know, you never want to lose to anybody, let alone your biggest rivals.
was on said assignment and look directly into the camera as you say that number?
Yo, can we get the next question, please?